Greetings to you all, dear brothers and sisters. My name is Salahuddin. I'm an engineer. I have been studying different medical systems for the last 18 years. I often do some social work too. I formed an NGO called the Servants of Nature, short named as SUN. I believe the most deserving subject to be discussed now is the science of homeopathy. Comparing to other medical systems, homeopathy is promising much in prevention and treatment of viral diseases. Unfortunately, a 97% of our people are not aware of the science of homeopathy. Many believes that it's a pseudoscience. At a time when a viral disease become a pandemic, here I am attempting to explain the science of homeopathy that may go well even to a layman. We have two major doubts about homeopathy. One is whether the homeo remedies hold any power to heal. Secondly, if yes, how it cures. Until recently, it was believed that the psychological factor cause cure in homeopathy, or what is called placebo effect. But placebo theory against homeopathy is not standing now, as this medicine perform fantastically in veterinary and agricultural field nowadays. For example, the milk producers of Gujarat are very happy now because they are getting good benefits from using homeopathy drugs for their animals. In a recent online seminar, a veterinary doctor working in the farms of the popular firm Amul of Gujarat revealed that she had the data of about 10,000 cases of cow diseases, including foot to mouth disease, which were successfully treated with homeopathy remedies. The records also mention the increase in productivity of the cows after the diseases, which was contrary to their experience with English medicine. What we have to note here that the animals or the plants do not communicate with the medicine provider, and hence to blame placebo effect is unscientific, isn't it? To overcome drought, to keep away insects, to reduce fertilizer demand, to raise the nutrient proportions in the plant produce, and to increase the shelf life. Homeopathy is an amazing, economically most viable solution. That is what the beneficiaries ratifies nowadays. Let me tell you about a research conducted at the Peninsular University in South Africa in the year 2012. The study was to evaluate the effect of arsenicum album homeopathy dilutions on cells intoxicated with arsenic trioxide. The researchers found that the dilutions cause strengthening of the immunity of the cells, thus intoxicated. They also noted that the higher potencies like arsenic album 200 impart higher immunity compared to the lower potencies like arsenic album 6x or arsenic album 30. These findings were actually in accordance with the law of similars of homeopathy. This study also tells us that the homeopathy is being successfully studied in modern scientific laboratories. All these set aside the placebo theory against homeopathy, rather, they stand witnessing to ascertain that the homeopathy medicines have the power to cure ailments. And hence, one of our doubts is cleared, isn't it? Now let us examine the second doubt, and it is the most told doubt. In fact, it has two parts. What is the exact action of homeopathy remedies? And how a potentized and highly diluted to such an extent that even a single molecule of the original medicine substance may not be present in the final remedy, how such medicines can cause a cure? These are much genuine questions. We know that our mouth will be surged with saliva once we put a little salt or sugar on our tongue. This happens by the sensation of the taste buds. Here some more things happens. After sensing the stuff, our body will get prepared to meet any emergencies in case what we tasted is a troublemaking one. This is a common scientific knowledge we get from our school studies, isn't it? If it is a poison, our body will produce antidotes and necessary chemicals to strengthen our body cells against the poison. The effectiveness of such protective measures actually depends on the strength of our immune system. In case our immune system is weak, suppose in this case, if it is a poison, it may kill us. Now, coming to the homeopathy drugs, there are around 4,000 identified medicines. How these medicines are identified and included in homeopathy? If one finds a thing that might be anything on earth, right from salt to virus, if it causes some ailments when entered or touched our body, the symptoms are noted against that object. Now, if the object is not a microorganism or a strong poison, it will be given to healthy men and verify the symptoms. And remember, the symptoms include both physical as well as physiological planes. Now, the object is qualified to be a homeopathy medicine, and high diluted and potentized form of the object will be the homeopathy remedy for a person who shows the same set of symptoms noted in the identification process. This identification actually called provings. The theory followed is similia similibus curenter, also called the law of similars. In fact, the presentation of homeopathy remedy through the tongue tells the body that there are some wrong things with our health and remedy measures need to be taken. Here, as the remedy itself is not directly perform the correction of the errors or symptoms, there is no chance of any side effects. In this pandemic time, it's worth noting that the remedy against a virus can easily be identified once the symptoms of the infection by the virus are identified. That is how arsenic Al 30 was selected as early as in January 2020. In nature, there are many objects that make almost similar symptoms in our body if otherwise infected by a particular microorganism like SARS-CoV-2, etc. A similar method is adopted for selecting remedy for dangerous chemicals too. I know the puzzle is still not unwrapped. The dilution cum potentization process is there. In the actual process, the base medicine is shaken well in a medium, mostly alcohol, and diluted. The dual process of potentization and dilution is continued until required level is achieved. In potencies like 200, there may not be any molecule of the original medicine present in samples. Here is a $1,000,000 question then, how the final product get medicinal power? It is assumed that the potentization process causes the transfer of medicinal qualities of the base medicine into the medium with which it was agitated. In the first half of my presentation, it is made clear that these high dilutions are also giving results. So, we have to wait for our scientists to find out the exact process of the assumed transfer of medicinal qualities. I like to remind you that the present level of modern science may be measured just for a discussion as nano level. Nano means 10 to the power of minus 9. But a 200 potency homeo remedy is a dilution of 10 to the power minus 400. You can imagine the level of science homeopathy is standing. It's a matter of fact that many theories in the past were described as unscientific, later proved scientific as the science matured more. Meanwhile, especially in the midst of a devastating pandemic, let us take our guard from this noble medical system. Let us overcome the pandemic first. Let the scientists study further to help us to understand homeopathy more. Thank you.